Hello everybody, welcome back to Devil Advocate. This is Ayuna Gudo, and in today's video we're going to discuss not signing the other side of the transfer window, the clear out of Manchester United deadwood. As much as we need new signing, we need to get rid of certain players that are taking up space and offering nothing. In my opinion, these are 12 players that must go on Manchester United. So let's dive into it. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment after the end of this video if you agree or disagree with me. Let's dive into it. So let's start with free agents. The players like Lindelof, Evans, and Christian Eriksen are already left as free agent. And that saved Manchester United a lot of money in the wage bill. But that's not enough. We still have plenty of players that are not contributing or are not viable first team members anymore. And here's the list. First of all, let's start off with the big names. Marcus Rashford. He was out on loan last season at Aston Villa. Did okay to the point where he might get a move somewhere else, but I'm not sure if it's Aston Villa. Marcus Rashford, that's 27. I think it's best for him to move on. And the relationship between him and the club, not just the coach, I don't think it's as great as it could have been. Even his relationship with the fans is not in the same place anymore. So it'd be best for all parties involved for Marcus Rashford to go somewhere else. And Manchester United is sick to sell him. Another player that must go, there's no way back, is Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho was a loan at a full season loan at Chelsea. And Chelsea had an option to buy him for 25 million. Some reason, somehow, there was a clause in there that say that if they wish not to sign him, they can only pay a $5 million clause to send him back to Man United. Well, Jadon Sancho is back at United now, and I don't think he's going to stay because, like I say, the relationship also is unrepairable anymore, and no parties wish to deal with each other. Therefore, Jadon Sancho should also be sold, or at least be put out for loan. Whatever happened, Jadon Sancho should not return back to United. Another big name is Anthony. Anthony went on loan to Real Betis, where he actually lit up La Liga. He was incredible in his loan spell in La Liga. In my personal opinion, he's the only one of the players that went on loan that could possibly say that he deserved to be given a second chance at United. He deserved to at least try to show the same form he discovered in La Liga, considering that he was dealing with a lot while he was in his personal life, while he was at Manchester United, and might affect his performance. Now that he's kind of happy again and all of that, he could advocate for having a legitimate reason to be given a second chance. But I feel like we need to take advantage of the fact that he played so well at Betis and get as much as we can for him and let him go, let him somewhere else. So Anthony is also another player that need to go, even though he's very good. He was good at Betis, he was good at Ajax, just not good at United. And we should take advantage of his great loan spell and sell him. Now we're moving into the more like injury-prone players, where I don't think there's much value to them in terms of, if we were to sell them, there's not a lot of value, but because the wages they earn at Manchester United deem that they need to be sold. And the number one player is Luke Shaw. Incredible when he's fit, but Luke Shaw is rarely get fit, like rarely fit. Therefore, we don't want another player taking up a huge wage bill that is not necessarily fully fit all the time to contribute to the team. So Luke Shaw should go. We should get whatever we can for him and let him go. That is in this category is Mason Mount. Mason Mount, when he's fit, he could be a good player when fit. But the problem is he's rarely fit again. We don't see much of them. Like last season, we see at the end of the season, they give us a glimpse of they could be a player, but again, they're never fit. They're not reliable. And when it comes sometimes to players, their number one ability is availability. and these guys haven't been available enough to contribute to United. Therefore, Shaw, Mason Mount, Sale. And not injury prone, but more like don't have the legs to cover up midfield, especially playing in a two-man favored midfield. It's Casemiro. Had a little bit of revival toward the end of the season, but I don't think Casemiro can do it as like he used to. I don't think Casemiro is capable of covering ground or covering up for his teammate mistakes like he used to. Therefore, I think Casemiro is a sell. If we can bring in a younger, more hungry, more dynamic defensive midfielder in his position, we should sell Casemiro. Casemiro is a sell for me. He need to go. So this one to me is like more painful, but this is necessary. So Garnacho, Alejandro Garnacho, like I say, it's painful, but it's necessary because the relationship again with him and the coach, I don't think it's repairable anymore, and I don't think it should be repaired because both the player and the coach have made up their mind that they should be apart. They need to leave. This will be painful watching Garnacho leave because unlike most Manchester United, I actually do. Garnacho is very, very talented, supremely talented. Being given him a proper environment to thrive and develop, cultivate his skills, he could be one of the best players in the world. That's how much I think Garnacho talent is there. And it can be evidenced by some incredible goals that he has scored for Manchester United for such a young kid. That the talent is there. The game like the basketball kick goals. I guess rarely do young players have the nerve, the courage, and the arrogance to try something like that. And he did, and he pulled it off because he's supremely talented. He got the technique, he got the confidence, just missing a little bit of decision making, which come with maturity and age. So this is going to be painful, but I think Garnacho is going to be sold. And most likely, I'd rather we sell him for a high price. But the prices that are being quoted for him now, it's ridiculous. And I don't believe young players, especially for a coach that potentially might not be here at the end of next season. But Garnacho is a sell. It's on the list because of the very reason that him and the coach are not vibing and he wanted to leave. All right. These names are like, the next lists are more like off the French players that rarely played and just coming up through the academy. Players like Collier, Toby Collier. It's a good player, good rotation player, but never going to be the starter for Manchester United. And we can cash in for him right now. So Toby Collier, sell. Tom Heaton, I don't know if there's much value for him on the market, but he should be another player to be let go. And so those are basically what happened. Is the clear out of Manchester United. A former coach and supposedly supposed to be the next director of sport, Ralph Rangnick, talk about open heart surgery. Manchester United has never actually fully fulfilled that echo that he mentioned, that we need to actually do a proper clear out and then bring in players to replace them. But you cannot put new players on top of what already exists, and that is creating a toxic and a terrible environment where players cannot perform. Therefore, Manchester need a clear out that need to go, and you can bring in 4 to 5 to 6 players to completely change the outlook of your team. And sometimes you do more good by clearing players out than it is by bringing in players. Addition by subtraction. That's the goal this summer. So that has been my 12-man list that need to be sold. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Don't forget to hit the like, share this, comment whether you agree or disagree with me. Who would you sell? Who would you keep? Any of the people that I name will be on your keep list, or anybody that I missed that should be put on the sold list. Leave all of those in the comment below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.